There used to be an old video series, and I almost want to say it was Leslie Nielsen that did it. The old Naked Gun. For those old enough to remember that, and it was bad golf my way. This is bad football OU's way. We're not going to go all the way back, but they're coming off 3rd and 9. R. Mason Thomas sacks Trinidad Chambliss for like a 12-yard loss, 10-yard loss. Would have had to punt from their own 20. Instead, he gets an offsides. They get 5 yards. It's like a 15, 18-yard difference in where they punt the ball from. I think it was actually 20. I want to say they ended up out past the 40, and or near the 40. So that happens. Then OU punts, or I'm sorry, then Ole Miss does punt, places it down here deep inside Oklahoma's territory. Believe there is a penalty. And OU's in this situation. Run up the middle here with Torrey Blaylock. It's a nice run. He gets a little yardage, gets them out in space, gets them a little breathing room. They're well on their way to a first down. That's a 5-yard run on first down. You'll take that every single time you call that run. That's a good, hard run by Torrey Blaylock. That's what you're looking for. And what does OU do? They screw it up. Coming out of a TV timeout, they have time to get this right. John Mateer has time to either tell Deion Burks to cover up the tight end, which I've got to think is what they want to do there, or to have Carson Kent come out and fine, whatever. But Burks should be up on the line of scrimmage here. And Mateer's got to communicate that to him. And Burke should know better as well. I'm not saying this is John Mateer's fault. They both know better. You got to fix that. And it ruins a good run that gets OU out of standing in its own end zone, which I don't know, to foreshadow, might end up important here in the next couple seconds. Xavier Harris makes this play. Prince William Mielen makes a nice play from the backside, shows off his athletic traits. If I'm not mistaken, OU doesn't even block him. He shouldn't be involved in this play. Xavier Harris is who makes this play. And he is a good player. We talked about it under the hood. He's a big physical dude. He's a mountain. Like 6'8", 330 is what he's listed at. I don't know what other thing Jake Michael could be thinking about right before he snaps the ball other than, I've got to get here as hard and as fast as I can. I've got to get around this monster. I've got to get in front of him. I've got to put my body on the other side of him. And Jake Michael, in this situation, is the better athlete. He should be able to get in front of that block. Now, can he hold him long? No, probably not. Again, Xavier Harris is a huge guy and he's a good player. But it's Torrey Blaylock. You don't need a lot of time. And if you look at this, okay. So you're going to have Foje here. Helms is supposed to come around and lead. Block here, block here. Blaylock's going to come screaming out of the backfield. Xavier Harris is going to be here, and he's going to gum up Caden Helms, and that's where the whole play just starts to go nuclear. But if Michael can get around, slow Harris, and give Helms just enough time, he's out on this block, and it's just Torrey Blaylock running into space. This should have been a good play for Oklahoma. There should have been yardage there, and they screwed it up. They screwed it up in the buildup. They screwed it up, obviously, in the execution of the play itself. People have got to stop with Ben Arbuckle. Now, I'll grant that I don't love running wide here. That's not the dream scenario. You know, it's having your running back run that far and that wide within your own end zone. At the same time, the call should work. The call, and again, we keep talking about this with the offensive line. It's one guy. And I don't know why Jake Michela isn't flying off this ball. All he should be thinking about is, I want my left shoulder right here. I want almost a rip move. I'm going to rip underneath him, and then I'm going to flip my hips around and just get myself square. So instead of being like this with my hips, I want my hips over here. And that's all you're thinking about there. Because again, Foje doing a nice job. Fabechi, he's going to come up and pick up this linebacker here. Boom. Well, no, okay, not great from Fabechi there. Fair enough. But that's the difference, guys. That's the margins in the SEC in this era. And it's going to be the margins for the next month. You play stupid football, you win stupid prizes, which are losses. You play smart football, you avoid trouble, you come to Norman and get a win. And again, Jesus, Lane Kiffin gave OU so many chances, it's hard to put it into words. But here we are.